Hey everybody, it's distributor Renee Stewart, and I'm going to show just a really quick way of how I personally do my foundation. And then I'm going to show you real quick on how I do our shadows, but with the applicators dual lines blended together. Okay, so first off, I always have an empty jar. Okay. Now a lot of people I know don't really know what 3-to-1 is. My color that I use is tan. Now, as you all know, I usually use my air gun to spray my foundation on because I have my foundation in the Temp 2 pod. But today, I'm going to show you how I sometimes have an option to do it. So I always get a jar, like, you know, you can just save jars or whatever, right? So I get an empty jar, and then I put one pump, which is like that. And really, this you can do this to the CC cream our new CC cream, which is our tinted moisturizer with SPF of 15. All of our foundations have SPF of 15. So now I'm going to take the pearlizer, which is our highlighter, and I'm going to go 3-to-1. One being like the ratio, 3 parts to 1 part. So it's going to look like this because a lot of people are still confused on, well, what's 1? Like, is that supposed to look like half? Is that supposed to look like a quarter of it? So 3-to-1 is going to look kind of like you're going to go, well, there's hardly any highlighter in there. Actually, less is best because if you add too much highlighter to your foundation, when you go to highlight your face, you're not going to see that much of a difference. So try not to make your face too frosty. So really, that's 3-to-1. I'm going to show you. 3 parts foundation, 1 part pearlizer. 3 big to 1 small. Okay? It's not half and half. Though, hey, you know what? If you like it, half and half, do it half and half. It's all up to you. Plus, I know some people that wear the pearlizer by itself. So then you take your product, and then I mix it around in my jar. And the reason I like to use a jar like this versus a palette sometimes, well, especially for myself, number 1, it's faster. Number 2, I like the way it mixes, and I like the way it goes onto my brush. So here's my foundation stipple brush. Now, the reason I always kind of pre-wet it with Evian water is because, and not a mineral water, an Evian water, is so that my brush, because this is a natural hair brush, doesn't absorb all my product and waste it. So I prepped my face with Silk. Silk is our pore minimizer and fine line filler. And then when you use it, people think, oh, is that just going to be temporary? No. It actually starts to reduce the fine lines over time. So don't think it's just a cure-all one-timer. Okay, so it's called Silk, and it looks like that. Obviously, mine is gone. So this is what happens when it's gone. It's an airless pump. It goes all the way up. Now I have none left. But everybody who's frugal knows this. You take the top off, and there's still like forever mount, you know. So what I do is and then you go in a downward motion, okay? Filling in the pores and fine lines. And you don't have to put this all over your face if you don't need it. Just put it where you need it. Okay, so this product actually lasts a long, long time. And that goes on before your foundation or before your tinted moisturizer, your CC cream, which our CC cream looks like that as well. And our CC cream neutralizes your tone of your skin. It's not it doesn't have the coverage that our foundation does, but it is good for like everyday use if you want to put something on before you go to the gym or you're just having a light day. Here we go. So then I pick up my product, and this is why I love the little jar. It just puts the product on evenly on your brush. See, so you really don't see a lot on my brush, but it's all in there, and that's gone. So that's why I like it. And then I can just continue to tap on the product on my face, right? And stippling motions and circles. And the reason it's stippling, if everybody's watched my other videos, dots per inch. It's almost like getting an airbrushed effect, but you're using a brush, okay? Also, too, if you put a skin tightener, I know there's companies that sell skin tighteners, but they are only temporary for the day. If you use a skin tightener, you can go ahead, let your skin tightener dry, and then just tap on your foundation, okay? Just make sure that that silk is set for a little bit. Just let it dry up, you know. You don't need to have a primer with our foundation. So, that is tan. Okay, that is tan. And then I just kind of blend it into the neckline. Now, you know, when you blend into the neckline, you don't need to go all the way down here. What we're doing is we're just blending into the neckline. Here is where your clothes are going to be. So you can just, this is far enough. All that they want to know is that you don't have a floating face. And if your foundation's color is correct, then you won't really even need to do that if you don't want to. But, okay, so there. That is tan with pearlizer. Okay, so now we're going to do shadow. So then what I do is I always take Candlelight first. It's a neutral color. It's called Candlelight. It's in our Shadow Sense section. And what I like to do with Candlelight is I use it as a base, just because my lids are a little bit discolored. So I put it here and I put it here. Also too, it absorbs the moisturizer in your lids. So then now you can, okay, so there. So if you've got really oily lids, I recommend everybody get Candlelight first, just because it does absorb the oils in your lids. Okay, so now I'm ready to do the dual foundation shadow like I wanted to show you. So I'm actually going to use two colors today. I'm going to use Mocha Java first, and I have a video that shows this, but I'm going to do it again. So here's Mocha Java first line. And I do the darkest line in my deep crease, okay? And here's Candlelight going right above it. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a separation just so you guys can see it. And I'm actually applying more than I usually would so that you guys can see it. I always put the lighter color kind of going towards the brow bone. Do you see that? Okay, now you take your blending brush, you take your blender, and you go out to in. Okay, out to in. Don't turn it over, keep it straight, out to in. So if I was doing my other side, I could go straight to it and do the same thing. Okay, if I had it drawn on. Out to in, out to in. So there, that is how you see a gradual fade. You've got Mocha Java in the dark crease, the deep crease, and then Copper Rose on the higher crease, on the brow bone area. Now I'm going to take Whisper Pink, which I love. You can use Snow, you can use Sandstone Pearl up here. So then you just draw it in like that, like a V. And honestly, I just use my fingers like this. Our product melts with the heat of your skin, so it blends beautifully with the tools God gave us, which is fingers. There. Okay, so now I'm going to put, and then, you know, I do believe in the rule, if your eyes are super, super crepey, yeah, you want to kind of keep the lid color not too frosty. So what I'm going to put actually is I'm going to wear a green, because everybody knows how I feel about peridot. I know, it looks a little scary when you go to apply it, but watch. If you do it right, and these are my products, so there's peridot. And if you've got brown eyes, this color looks amazing. Also too, you can take it and put it on the inside tear duct of your eye if you want, but I'm going to keep it nice and clean, and I'm actually going to put it with a liner brush. I'm going to put it on the inside of my waterline. Because then I'm going to go on the outside of my waterline with the garnet. God, it's hard to see. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'll get there. Inside waterline. Okay. So now I've got peridot on, and now I'm doing this really quick so you guys can see that you don't need to have all these fancy brushes. So here's garnet, and I'm just gonna go back and I'm gonna line my eye with garnet. And I'm gonna keep that as a liner. I just really love these color combinations. So there's garnet, okay? Now, here's my trick for lining eyes. Okay, garnet. Done and up. This is like real quick makeup. We're going to the mall today, so. Alright. Ta-da. Done. I didn't use a liner brush, I used my wand. Then I took my finger and I just went scrape, and up goes the tail. Now I'm going to go on the outside of that garnet line so that you can see the green on the inside. Okay, so that was it. Quick eye shadows. I used Candlelight for my starter color, Candlelight. Then I got Mocha Java, Copper Rose, Whisper Pink under my eyebrow, and I lined it with garnet and peridots on my lid. It seems like a lot, but really, when you do it in systems, it's not. So first, Candlelight, prime your lid. Then you're going to go into your crease area with Mocha Java and Copper Rose. Then you're going to do your eyelid with peridot, under your eyebrow with Whisper Pink, and line it with garnet. That's it. Peace out, you guys. Happy Easter, and yeah, hope you like it. More to come.